This episode of the Local Hustlers podcast is brought to you by Flamingo Pools, your go-to maintenance and repair company in the East Valley. Stop wasting your valuable time trying to take care of your pool and let the professionals at Flamingo Pools take care of it for you. Visit azflamingopools.com for a free quote today.
You're listening to the Local Hustlers Podcast, East Valley Locals. Get connected with small businesses near you and dive deep into their stories, mindset, and motives. Entrepreneurs everywhere. Get ready to be inspired by business owners, entrepreneurs, and hustlers that you can relate to and learn from. And now, your hosts, Dallin Huso and Ridge Waldberg.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Local Hustlers podcast. We're stoked today to have Amanda, and then how do you say your last name?
It's
Amanda?
Archinuk.
There we go.
Archinuk. Yeah, a lot of people have a difficulty with it.
Yeah. All right.
Is that like from some other country?
It's Ukrainian.
Ukrainian.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not
wow.
from there, but it's Ukrainian. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Interesting. It's unique.
Yeah, it's a little different.
Well, Amanda is the founder and owner of Kozy Knit Designs. Thank you for being here, Amanda. It's fun to have you, and we're excited to kind of see where this takes us. So how about you kind of start by telling us a little bit about yourself and who you are and kind of your background before Kozy Knits.
Oh, okay. Well, my name's Amanda. I'm 24. Originally from Canada. Grew up there until I was about 10. Moved here. Went to high school here. Did hair school.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, I went to EVIT. Then I was doing that for about 5 years on and off. And
Is this after high school or through?
it was like during high
Okay,
school, yeah. And then I started working at Sport Clips, so doing men's hair.
Nice.
So yeah, I did that and kind of was a little bored with it. That's I kind of transitioned into owning my own business just because I was super bored with doing hair. So that's a little bit about me, I guess.
Do you still cut hair? Or
I do. I have a couple people that come to me. I just do it out of the house, but I just charge them super cheap.
Do you like cutting hair? Is that what you didn't like, or did you not like working for somebody?
I mean, I didn't mind cutting hair. It's really boring, I would say, though.
Yeah.
It's the same thing every day.
Super repetitive.
Yeah, and, talking to people is not my biggest thing to do.
Yeah.
I'm just, strangers all the time and talking to men. It's, older men. It's what do we talk to you about? I don't even know sports. It's I don't have kids.
They honestly might get a little weird every now and then, too.
I didn't have anyone too weird, but, yeah, it was just, I was just bored. And then, working for someone else. Yeah. It's not fun.
Not your thing.
I didn't like having to go in at a certain time and then, have to stay there. And if I wasn't feeling good or, it's you have to go into work.
Yeah.
I'm I want a nap. So, yeah, it's a little bit.
That totally makes sense.
Yeah.
So with that, you decided you want to just go start your own business then?
Yeah. It was kind of at a little bit of a low point in my life. I was kind of I was having a lot of health issues, and so I was I can't really work right now. So I was looking for something to make and sell. I've always been interested in Instagram and how people make businesses and stuff like that. And I was always oh no, I don't know how to do that. People do the professional lighting with their cameras, and I don't know how to do that. Yeah. So I was but then I just kind of found something to do and turned into a business. So I'm super lucky with that.
Did you find knitting, or what did you find?
So it's funny because I don't know how to knit. It's only I know how to hand knit, which is a specific thing with the chunky yarn. So a lot of people ask me questions, and I'm I don't really actually know how to knit with needles. It's just the specific thing. It was mainly the blankets were just super popular on Pinterest, and I saw those, and I was all right, that looks fun. Let's try that. So kind of just turned into something like that. Yeah.
Was it kind of trial and error with other things too? Did you try other things before? Yeah,
I tried a couple different things. My friend and I were doing t-shirt things. I don't know. You just do the vinyl on the t-shirts. I tried doing bath bombs. Just a bunch of different things. I think that's kind of about it. Not too many different things until I found something that worked out. So
how did it work? What made it work for you?
I think it was just a super like easy process, whereas all the other things were kind of more confusing. I just found something that was very trendy at the time and still is trendy.
Yeah.
So that helped a lot.
That's
it's
cool.
kind of a unique thing, and so yeah.
But no previous knitting experience.
No.
Did you know how to do the hand knitting, or did you have to learn that as well?
Yeah, I just learned off of YouTube.
Wow.
Just taught myself, which I always tell people it's out there on YouTube. So it's not like it's super difficult to do, but a lot of people like to learn from someone instead of YouTube. I don't know.
Right. It's more hands-on.
Yeah, people like the hands-on. So.
And so at Kozy Knit, I noticed you guys sell the blankets and pillows, but you also do classes, correct?
Yeah.
Can you talk a bit more about that and how that came about?
Yeah, so I started out doing blankets, and then a lot of people were like, "Oh, do you do classes?" And I'm like, "No, I don't know. I don't know if I'm good at teaching." And then I started doing that because everyone loves the DIY.
Yeah.
And then, I just started teaching classes, and that's been the big thing. People still like to buy the blankets. A lot of it is, it's a good gift around Christmas time or birthdays.
For sure.
But classes, it's definitely where it's at. I always tell people that.
Yeah.
If they have something, it's like, do a DIY class. People love learning.
That's cool.
So,
So what can people expect from the DIY class? Do they make their own blanket, or do you make it with them, or how does it work?
Yeah, so it's like a 5-step process. We all do one step at a time. I guide everyone through it. Everyone walks away with a big blanket. I always tell people, like, you're going to walk away with a nice blanket. It's not going to be weird or wonky because I'm going to guide you through it. Because a lot of people are very nervous about if they can do it or not.
Yeah. Do you think Ridge could do it? Or?
Oh, yeah. I've taught some guys in my class. So,
really?
Yeah.
So if we hosted a boys' night, we can have you come and show us.
Could we have you come to us
Yeah.
and teach us a class?
I do in-home classes. So,
Nice.
yeah.
I think we have an event in the
I might have to
future.
set this up.
That'd be super fun. It'd be good for my advertising.
See, that's right.
Be like, guys can do it too.
Yeah.
There we go.
But would you say the majority of your audience or the classes is women that want to come in that have interest in it?
Yeah, definitely women. Typically, like, a bit older.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it all just depends. Some classes are a little more older. Some have younger people. Some bring their husbands or boyfriends. So, yeah, it just depends.
And then do you have a studio that you do it at, or are you kind of just wherever?
So I go to DIY studios typically just because they advertise for me.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
So there's a lot of those around the valley. So I don't have a studio of my own, but I do that, and then I also go to people's homes if they want to do a party of 5 or more people. I'll go to them. So
that's cool.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
Super fun.
So I feel like it's one thing to start a business and put yourself out there like that, but it's another thing to host classes and like personally be in front of people and teach people in crowds. So is that something that comes naturally to you? Like, are you an extrovert, or was that something that you were super nervous to do?
I feel like I used to be an extrovert, and then I've just been an introvert the last couple of years. So it was
bad timing.
Yeah, it was kind of hard at first. I'm not a super social person. I'm good like one-on-one, but in a group I'm like, But I feel like I'm not really good at explaining things, but it comes naturally now because I know what to expect, and it's like the same thing. So
and you've probably made enough yourself too that you're like, I know how to do this. And it's not.
Yeah, and so a lot of times, like, if there's something wrong, I can pick it out.
For sure.
Yeah. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what else went into starting the business? Like, did you know someone that started a business that helped you out and was kind of your role model through this, or did you just have to figure everything out on your own?
My dad, definitely. He's had a business himself. So his whole life. So I've kind of grown up with that, like the entrepreneurial route. My mom did hair growing up, like while I was growing up. So my family's never been like a huge college family. Like right now my brother's doing videography. So we've all kind of done our own thing.
Yeah.
So he's helped me through that. So yeah.
Cool. What are like some of the specifics, like for someone that wants to start a business and doesn't really know where to start, like what are some steps you can take to get towards like your opening day basically?
Yeah, so it's funny, I always tell people that I'm always like I don't always like actually laugh throughout the day, but I'm always like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm doing this as a business. Like this is crazy. I can't believe this actually like makes money. Just because I never thought I would be able to make money like this off of something like that. I never went to school for business or anything. But I do have a lot of influence from people around me who have helped. So my advice is always just do it. You just gotta go, put yourself out there. You can't think about the future too much. You just gotta do it. So that was kind of me. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just gonna just do what I think. And that's what you gotta do. Just put it out there.
Sweet.
Yeah.
What roadblocks have you faced along the way that you feel like have helped you become better or get better at a certain thing?
Definitely have made a lot of mistakes. Thankfully, I'm grateful that they haven't been super bad mistakes, but there's a lot of times where you overspend on stuff or just things like that. Sometimes I forget to bring a certain color of yarn to their class when someone has to use a different one. Yeah. Just little mistakes like that, or nothing too big that I can think of right now, but there's been some roadblocks for sure. Yeah.
Cool.
So what have you done to, I guess, brand or advertise yourself? So let me go back. So I'm trying to just visualize this for people who haven't seen it, but looking at your Instagram, it's like giant yarn basically, right?
Yeah.
So that's pretty trendy on Pinterest right now.
Yeah.
I didn't know that because I don't really get on it.
Yeah. I'll be completely honest. I have the app sometimes on my phone for certain things, but
well, originally I was gonna ask why you picked that, and then you said it was trending. I guess it's a big thing, but I didn't know. So I guess so. How do you kind of get that out there and let people know that you're selling these things or teaching people how to make them?
This is something I've discussed. So I have one of my best friends. She's a marketing major.
Oh,
so
cool.
She lives in Canada, but her and I talk on the phone, and she helps me with stuff. And she's asked me how do you want to brand yourself?
Yeah.
Because a lot of times before I was I'm just gonna put this stuff out here. I don't know what I'm doing. But I started out kind of just, hey guys, I'm selling these blankets. I never really showed my face.
Yeah.
Because I was I don't know if people want to see that, but turns out people do want to see your face. They want to see who's behind it. They want to see what you're doing.
For sure.
So the more I showed myself, the more people like to interact and like to see my journey, which I have a lot of people tell me oh, I like watching your business grow. I like supporting you, stuff like that. Whereas it's not necessarily the blankets. They like seeing the blankets, but they also like seeing a business grow.
They like the story behind it.
Yeah. Which personally, I don't follow a ton of people on my personal account, so I just didn't really know that because I didn't really follow a lot of businesses.
Yeah.
So just with that, I just started out posting pictures of blankets, and turns out people want to see who's behind it. So yeah.
Do you do any sort of paid advertising, or is it all organic through Instagram and other social medias?
I do some paid stuff, some ads on Instagram for my classes, definitely, which I've seen has helped. A lot of times I ask people how they've heard about their class, and this last one, they're on Facebook. I was was it an ad? That was my ad I ran. So that's a little difficult to figure out, but sometimes I do that. A lot of it is organic, and I would say a lot of it's more from the DIY studios for classes.
Oh, okay.
It's funny because I'm not trying to call out my followers, but a lot of people that follow me have taken my classes, but I feel if I was hey, I'm doing a class, I don't know if people would show up if it was just me and not a DIY studio. So that's why I haven't branched out from doing the studios.
Right.
So.
Well, call them out. This is the perfect time.
Yeah. We'll see. I don't know.
Just need to go for it.
I think mainly because people just like to see it grow instead, or a lot of them don't live here. So I don't know. I don't know if I have a ton of
local followers. Yeah.
I have to figure that out.
Yeah, the reason I asked, I know there's so many people that are, I guess, hesitant or nervous about doing paid advertising because they don't want to waste their money if it doesn't work, if they don't know about it. So did your friend kind of help you to get those set up, or did you just kind of have to figure it out on your own?
In the beginning, she kind of helped me with a couple of them, and then I just kind of, I don't know, I feel the way Instagram sets it up is pretty easy, but also I don't know if I'm necessarily doing the best that I could do.
Right. But
it's set up pretty easy, so I would say just try and see, and then ask people if they saw your ad and stuff like that. Yeah.
How have you, I guess my first question is, do you have competitors, and how have you kept people coming to you instead of your competitors?
So that's actually interesting because I wouldn't necessarily call them competitors, but they're my friends. Okay. They're other people who do blanket classes in other states.
Oh.
And so
this same sort of blanket.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. So they do the same thing as I do in different states. I have 2 ladies that I talk to. We kind of share tips and stuff about yarn and shipment and stuff like that. So I really haven't had too much run-in with competitors. It's mainly just been like a little community of support, which is nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I think because they mainly do classes, I like to do, creative products where I can like do new things and like sell those. Mm-hmm. They do more like classes and stuff, mm-hmm. but they're in different states, so we just share information, and I haven't really run into anyone in Arizona that has been, I don't know, everyone's just always super nice, even if they do the same thing. It's always, they're always cool. Nice. So
that's super helpful to have like a network
Yeah.
That's not local, that you guys can all talk to each other. There's
Definitely.
no sort of threat for taking each other's business, but you can give each other tips and ideas.
Yeah, definitely.
Where did you find the giant yarn in the first place?
So, I have a lot of people reach out.
Don't give away your secret.
Yeah, I was like, a lot of people reach out to me and they want to know where I get my yarn.
Yeah.
And I always just tell them, like, that's not something that I like to share just because I spend a lot of time in research and just to protect my small business.
Absolutely.
And so, yeah, I mean, it was just a lot of research.
Yeah.
It was kind of hard at first, so I just typically tell people that, and I'm like, well, if you want it, I can sell it to you, but I'm like, it's out there on the internet, so go ahead and research it.
Yeah.
So
that's what you did. You just looked it up online and spent hours until you figured out where to find it.
Have you had different suppliers, or have you stuck with like the same one throughout the whole process?
I have a couple different ones, but they're all from the same place. So yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
And you've never had to worry about like getting it on time and things like that? It's always there when you need it.
Sometimes in the beginning it was hard because of cash flow. Okay. So it was kind of like I would have to wait until I did a certain amount of classes in order to buy a certain amount of yarn because I have to buy in bulk.
Right.
Yeah.
So and then sometimes I'm just gonna say, like, I get my yarn from China. Right. I'm not gonna say like where specifically, but I get it from China. And they had a holiday, and they were gone out of work for like 3 or 4 weeks. And then the whole coronavirus hit. So that was really stressful. So, sometimes it, delays just because it's from China. So
it's coming on a ship.
It's from, I always just tell people, I'm like, it's from a supplier overseas. But, I mean, whatever.
So let's go to China. That's our first
Yeah, seriously. But, getting into communication with those people, it's a little difficult.
I
bet. I always just tell people, like, it's from overseas.
Yeah, that's why you tell them, just do your research. Then you want to come to me.
Yeah,
it's a lot easier that way.
What would you say your passion is in the business? Is it like actually knitting the blankets, or is it just the business side of things and watching the business run and grow?
I guess there's 2 different sides of it. There's the knitting, where I just get to sit and watch Netflix all day and knit. I'm just at home knitting. Yeah. Kind of creating new things. It's fun. And then the business side of just seeing it grow and seeing what I can do with it and seeing how much traction I can get with it. It's just super fun coming up with new different things that you have to do. It's always something different each day that you have to come up with. So it's super fun.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So you just get to sit at home and watch Netflix while you're knitting?
Yeah, this is why social distancing isn't hard for me. This is what I do all day.
I was going to say, can me and Reg apply for a job?
Yeah.
I need a little extra, right?
I know, I just sit at home. It's bad.
Do you have any employees or anyone that helps you out with the classes, or is it just you?
Yeah, so I have, I call her my assistant. We changed her name to a business manager. Okay. But her name's Caitlin. She helps me. I'm not organized. I'm really not, and I try to be, but I'm not. The older I get, the worse I am. I don't know. I don't even know if I was organized as a child, but she's very organized. So her and I just spew out all my ideas, and she's right there typing it out, making lists, all things like that. So, and then she helps with teaching. And then sometimes my sister-in-law will help me because she knows how to do it. My mom rolls yarn balls for me.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
So I pay her, so.
Yeah, me and Dallin were looking at your Instagram and we saw you laying in like the big thing of yarn and we're like, where can we do that?
I honestly, that was the first picture I'd seen. I honestly thought it was photoshopped and it was just regular size yarn. Someone photoshopped it, but it's actually giant.
Yeah,
giant yarn
that's
balls.
all at my house right now. I can lay it all out for you guys. You guys can go ahead and jump in it.
All right,
we're gonna take you up on that.
Yeah.
Do you spend more time cleaning your pool than you spend swimming in it? Then call Flamingo Pools today. Flamingo Pools is your go-to swimming pool maintenance and repair company in the East Valley. Whether it's weekly maintenance, repairs, green to cleans, or one-time cleanings, Flamingo Pools will take care of you. Honest, reliable, and innovative. Just a few of the many good things Flamingo Pools customers have to say about them. Ask them about their mineral treatment, which will keep your chemical levels down, allowing you to have a healthier bathing experience. At Flamingo Pools, they know that your pool was made to be enjoyed, so let them handle the rest. Check them out at azflamingopools.com or give them a call at 480-422-6013. Mention this podcast and you'll get your first month of maintenance completely free. That's azflamingopools.com and 480-422-6013.
I think it's so important, like you mentioned, you're sometimes disorganized, and so you have kind of an assistant that helps you. I think it's so important for people, like a lot of super successful business owners are kind of like all over the place and have all these great ideas, but it's hard to organize. But I think, and they're hesitant to like hire someone or have to pay some of their money to get someone to do that. But I feel like, at least for me, it's helped to have someone to help schedule me and organize me. Has that had a big impact on you and your business?
Yeah, definitely. I'm not a do-it-yourself kind of person. I'm not a DIY person. But if it's like, it's funny because like with website stuff, I would rather hire someone out than do it myself.
Yeah.
A lot of that, I would just rather have help.
Yeah.
And pay someone to help me. So spend time on the things I want to do instead of things that are frustrating, like making a website. That's very difficult if you don't know what you're doing. So. Yeah.
And the time that you would have to spend on it, you could spend that time doing other things to grow the business.
Napping. I'm like
watching Netflix and
I'm watching Netflix. Yeah.
No, I think it's really good to like recognize your like what you're not strong in and let somebody else pick up that slack, because it's like I think a lot of entrepreneurs just think they can do everything, and especially when you start like, oh, I can handle it all. It's good to just realize like, okay, no, I need some help in these areas, and
then focus what you're good on.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think that they need to be a certain way. Like a lot of times I feel like I need to be an organized person, but that's just not how my brain works.
Yeah.
So I try my best, but I don't get too overwhelmed with feeling like I have to because I'm like, well, someone else can help me.
And just do your best where you're good at.
Yeah.
What would you say your biggest strength is then within the business?
I don't know. I think I just am that kind of person that's just, I'm going to just do it. You just have to do it. I would say quite ambitious in the sense of like, I'll just put myself out there. Yeah. So I think that's my biggest strength, is just putting myself out there to achieve those things that I want to achieve. So.
No, that's really good. I think that's the biggest thing holding a lot of people back. They're just way too hesitant to take that
They
first
just
step.
don't know what to do. And it's like, well, just do what you think. Yeah. And it'll turn into something. Cool.
What about your biggest weakness?
Unorganized.
Organized.
And I like to nap, so I know I keep bringing that up, but honestly,
hey,
it's bad.
A good nap is nice.
I think I tend to procrastinate too. It's kind of like I want to do the things that I want to do, and I put off the things that I'm like, I don't know. It's not going to be relaxing like watching Netflix. So.
Good.
I know I sound lazy, but
no, not at all. Like
I have my time.
Well, I mean, quality of life is also important.
Yeah,
in running
definitely.
a business. Like, it's okay to hire out things or have other people do things, and you don't necessarily have to use all that time put towards the business. Obviously, the more you put towards the business, the more it'll grow. But it's also important to enjoy life at the same time and take advantage of those hours that you have and do what you like to do.
Well, I think a lot of people think like, oh, I have to wake up at 5 a.m., go to bed at like midnight, got to work all day long. And it's like, no, like just do what you can. And I need my sleep. So I sleep a lot, but you know, I know this sounds bad, I don't do a ton, and so like a lot of my socializing is classes, or like a lot of what I do is just working on my business. So I don't know, I don't have anything else to do. Sounds so bad.
We gotta
something
find
I like
other
to do.
things to
Love it.
Social distancing, you know, I'm practicing it really well.
Nice.
Yeah.
I saw that you recently changed your logo. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So why did you decide to do that?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know where that even came from. My first logo was, I feel like it just didn't really showcase my business. Now that I know kind of what my business is.
Right.
And then I met this girl at Pinner's conference, and she does calligraphy, and so I was like,
Okay.
oh, she would do something cute for me.
Yeah.
So I was like,
nice.
I didn't really think much of it. I was just like, oh, I want to try something different. So yeah.
Well, I didn't see what your old logo is, but the new logo really fits. I feel like your brand aesthetic and
I think
what
it's
you're trying
cute.
to do.
Thanks.
It is, yeah, it's definitely cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My first thought.
Donald said to me, he's like, do you want to see something cute? I was like, yeah, let's see
Yeah.
it. So
Good. That's what I hope everyone thinks.
good. Yeah. Even guys. Guys.
I don't know
So-
how many guys see my stuff. I'm sure.
Hey, we're gonna help you out with that.
Yeah.
What's kind of your vision moving forward? What's your plan with everything moving forward?
See, that's funny because my friend Maddie, who's my marketer, I guess, she asked me, our first like marketing meeting, I would say, was kind of like, define your brand. Like, what do you want to do? What do you want to be in 5 years, 10 years? And I'm like, well, I don't know. Like, do I want to have a store, or do I want to just be like a super big, not influencer, but like someone that is known for like the hand knit blankets? Is that even going to last for the next couple of years? Am I going to have to go into something different? I kind of told her I want to have like business experiences, I guess.
Yeah.
It's more like I want to grow the business and like doing fun creative things, but I also want to have experiences that showcase success, I guess. Kind of show other people that they can do it too.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of, I don't really know yet.
Yeah.
I don't like to think too much into the future.
So just winging it,
Just
just
one
step at a
taking it day by day.
I'm not really big on goals, and I know that sounds so bad. I sound so bad, but I don't know. I just think goals give me anxiety because it's like I have tentative goals, but not written down goals, because I'm like, well, I have done that before, but I don't know, it just stresses me out, because if I don't hit them, then I'm like, what am I doing? And then things happen like the coronavirus, and it's like, that kind of ruins a lot of stuff.
For
so
sure.
yeah.
Sure. Well, that's something we kind of wanted to touch base on for a second.
Yeah.
So obviously, at the time of this recording, there's a lot of stuff going around, a lot of confusion with where the future is in terms of all of our small businesses, with the virus hitting so hard and a lot of social distancing going on, people staying at home. It's really affecting a lot of businesses. So I guess first off, have you seen an effect on your business personally?
Yeah. So the first thing that I saw was the yarn being late. Or them not being able to, my suppliers not being able to work, therefore I can't get yarn.
Right.
Luckily I had a ton of yarn stocked up. But, so that was the first thing, and then I thought that would blow over. The second thing was I was supposed to do Pinner's conference. It's a big DIY expo.
Which is for Pinterest, basically?
It's not associated with Pinterest, but it's called Pinner's to associate with it, I guess.
Because they pin.
Yeah, because it's DIY. So it's a big expo. Think of like Fitness Expo, where like everyone has their own booth and stuff, but it's DIY stuff. So I was supposed to go there, teach a class. I was supposed to teach 2 classes of 160 people. I was supposed to make money. I prepared. I spent a lot of money to make money, and I got an email an hour before I was supposed to leave for California that they were canceling it and postponing it. So that was a really hard thing, because I had paid a lot forward in order to make money. And so there's a lot of prep into that, a lot of stress. And then I still went to California because I had the Airbnb.
Of course.
But then everything was shut down. So, and then a couple of my classes are getting canceled.
Right.
So, this has kicked me into gear to do online tutorials, which I've been wanting to do, but I've just kind of been putting it off because I've been so busy. But now I have all this yarn. I have kits made that I was supposed to sell at Pinners. So now I'm doing tutorials.
Okay.
So, you know what? It might turn out good for me because everyone's sitting at home bored. So
is it possible for you to send people a kit and they can do it as they watch your video? I mean, is that like kind of what your idea was?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
Yeah, definitely. So for my kits at Pinners, what I was just going to do is just have instructions, just because I didn't have time to make a video. Now I have time, so I'm going to make a video with it. And yeah, they'll buy the kit. It's the yarn, enough yarn for the size of the blanket they want to make. It'll have instructions written out, and then it'll have a video for them as well. Cool. So a lot of people have told me, you know, I'll buy that and stuff like that.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah, because I was, you know, stressed out about stuff, so.
Well, I feel like you can almost reach more people with that too. Like, they'll want their kids to do something like crafts.
Yeah, for sure.
Fun family activity while everyone's stuck at home.
Exactly.
Yeah, they can teach their kids.
While
I've had young
people
kids as well. So yeah, definitely. And people have been wanting me to do tutorials. And I'm trying to put it off because I'm like, well, you know, it's already on YouTube. So how's mine going to be different?
Right.
But I think a lot of people, since they see me, they're like, oh, I want to learn from her.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yours will be different because you're going to be sending them the kit too.
Yeah.
So
there are some other people. So yeah, there is a girl in Utah that does kits and stuff like that. And so she's been successful with it. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try it. But again, her and I chat sometimes too. So it's not like a huge competitor thing. But my dad always tells me there's so many people out there that there's always room to sell your products, I guess.
Yeah.
So I'm not too concerned about that. That kind of went in a different direction, but yeah.
Cool.
Go ahead.
So your plan is just kind of to shift more of an online focus with everything going on?
Yeah, for now.
That's cool.
Yeah, because I had a couple of my classes canceled. So. Yeah. Which those ones are in Vegas. So sometimes I travel to Vegas to do classes, but it's just been stressful too. So it's kind of nice that they're canceled. And I know that sounds bad. It's just the unknown of what's going to be next on the governor's list of guidelines, you know?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Wow. Well, it's really cool that you've been able to I guess, adapt or get ready to adapt and with everything going on. Obviously, not every business is able to do it. Yeah. But for anyone that can adapt, it's a good idea to think about, you know, what can you do to offer any sort of online service, even if it's not exactly what you're currently doing right now. Yeah. Do you have any other advice for all these other small businesses that might be struggling with everything going on?
I think it's hard because, you know, I get on there, and the other day I did a video and I was almost crying in it because I was, you know, just so upset about everything. And it's hard because I know everyone else is struggling. Yeah. There's so many people struggling, and so, you know, we've all just kind of been supportive because I do follow a lot of different businesses and we talk, and even if I haven't ever met them, they're very supportive. So we support each other, and I think just I don't know, my advice would be just kind of talk with other people about it, about your struggles, because other people understand them. And I think maybe just try to be as normal as possible on Instagram right now, just kind of keep up, you know, because people are at home on their phones all day. So once this blows over, maybe, you know, you'll gain a lot more traction because people are sitting at home. I don't know, just it's hard to look into the future right now just because of what's going on, but definitely just try to keep normalcy, I guess.
No, it's definitely some good advice for all of us out there trying to figure out
it's hard
what to do.
For those that have businesses, stay active on social media for sure.
Everyone's on it right now, so.
I guess it's probably the best time right now. Everyone's on it, so
I guess just outside of kind of what's currently going on, but do you have any just business advice in general that you give to entrepreneurs, whether they're just starting out or 5 to 10 years in business, or just trying to think if they want to start something up?
I mean, I've been in business for, I think it's over like 2.5 years now. And I always just tell people, like, I don't know what I'm doing. And I don't know if that makes people like be like, what the heck, or if it makes them feel comfortable. But I think it's just, you just gotta go and do it and just find people that are supportive and encouraging of you. I try to support other local businesses as well. It's good to, you know, comment and share, and I don't know, just form friendships, I guess, with other people that can help you. I think that's probably what I've learned the most is from other people on what to do. And most people, I'm going to say like all the people that I've talked to are pretty willing to share. So definitely just try. You just got to do it. Just put yourself out there. That's what people want to see. People want to connect. People want to see other people doing well.
Yeah.
So
quickly with that, what have you done to, I guess, find people to connect with? Were these people you already knew, or did you have to go to some sort of like networking groups or online groups to find these people to connect with?
Mainly it's just other businesses that I met at different markets that I would do around the valley, or just through Instagram. A lot of my big supporters are women who have bought my product, and they are kind of like, I'll say influencers, but they have home decor Instagrams, and so they've been super supportive. And I don't know, everyone just is always super interactive on Instagram and commenting on my stuff and me on theirs, just because I don't know, I used to be kind of like, oh, I don't know, I don't want to reach out to people, and I don't know, I just kind of didn't understand Instagram, just maybe because I didn't have a ton of followers on my personal account.
Right.
My personal account is totally different. But yeah, so definitely, what was the question?
Just like where you find people to connect with.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's just you can find other people through different, I guess for me, markets, classes.
Yeah.
I've made some friends through my classes, through teaching them.
Yeah.
Just people I went to high school with too are starting their own businesses. So yeah.
Just being in business basically starts connecting you with people naturally.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, I think that about does it for myself, Dallin.
Kind of starting to wrap up here. So before we close up, we have a little game that we like to play with everyone. All
right.
So kind of how it goes is you have a minute to answer as many questions as you can. So we have 20 questions total. They're questions about you. Some are business related, some aren't. And you just have to see.
That. I talk a lot, as you guys can see.
Yeah, so you have to keep your answers short.
Oh my! All right.
So we'll see how many you can answer.
It's rapid fire.
In a minute, and Ridge will start us off.
Okay.
I will.
From the top. In 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. Favorite junk food.
Sandwiches. I don't know if that's a junk food.
If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Probably invisibility or flying.
Music you turn on when nobody is around.
I don't know. Doja Cat. Are we trying to be clean on this?
If you're stuck on an island, what would you bring with you?
A friend.
Guilty pleasure.
Netflix. Love is Blind.
Favorite quote.
Oh gosh. I don't know. Skip. It's too much work to think.
If you could have dinner with anyone in time, who would it be?
I am not good on the spot. Skip.
What's your spirit animal?
A pug.
Zodiac sign.
What?
What's your zodiac sign?
Capricorn?
All right, and that's time. So we got a total of 8 questions. So
we did well.
Not bad.
We did well.
Well, before we close up here, why don't you tell us where people can find you, either online or on social media, and how they can contact you?
Yeah, so Kozy Knit Designs, Kozy with a K, so Kozy, okay. Knit Designs. So Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, different DIY studios around the valley, Studio 223 in Gilbert, Craft Nights in Phoenix, Pinspirations in Phoenix, a couple different places. So I'm on their websites for classes and stuff like that. So.
And then where can somebody book you to come to their house and stuff like that?
Typically, on my website I put like a booking system, but no one's used it. I think typically people just like to reach out to me. So cool. I'm really active on Instagram with, if people want to DM me, they can DM me. So a lot of it's just through that. So if they want to book me, just through that. Yeah. And it's easier just to communicate on things like that. So
Sweet.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Well, yeah, thanks again so much for coming on today. I had a good time.
Yeah,
and just before we close up, a big shout out to everyone else out there listening. And our thoughts are with everyone that's kind of struggling right now with everything going on, all those small businesses. So we're all doing what we can to support each other. So stay strong and we'll get through this together.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Catch you next week.